Are you happy now? Are you happy? Are you gonna be satisfied now? We've got a trailer now. Are you gonna be happy now? They're not gonna be happy now. Look, I have a feeling they dropped this trailer today because of the whole leak thing yesterday. That's my assumption. Presuming that whole leak thing wasn't staged to begin with, but just like, I'm just telling y'all, if Toby and Andrew ain't in it, just please chill. If your fan theories don't pan out, please chill. Nobody told you in an official capacity that either of these people were going to be in it. No one has said this. These have all been leaks and rumors, and y'all latched onto it because it was your favorite leak and your favorite rumor. It's very likely not going to be true. If it is, great. I'm sure Marvel will make it interesting. On a surface, it doesn't sound interesting to me. But if it turns out to not be true, which is very likely, I'm just asking y'all, don't do another WandaVision. Don't be WandaVision 2.0 plus. Because I know how y'all are. So I'm just asking those few of you that see this video, please, just contribute to the peace of the fandom. Toby and Andrew ain't in this. Just let it be. Spider-Man No Way Home, people. First trailer. Make sure that this is actually on screen. I'm using a new software, so I don't even know if my audio is going through. I'm testing this out today to see how it goes. New trailer. Let's just see how it goes. Spider-Man No Way Home official teaser trailer. I skipped the stinger because I hate what? I don't need a preview to a preview. So I made sure to not look at the stinger and let it. We're starting from there. All right. So let's do this, and hopefully this records well.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability
They're
to
a cute
hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
Aww.
Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio.
She's still not
the
used to it.
Did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
So it's
now
out.
That everybody knows you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you.
She's sticking by his side.
How do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man?
Oh, this must be right. Right after. Must be picking up right where it left off.
This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
Oh. He's gonna ask.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity,
the black costume.
I got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange. Don't cast that spell.
One more day.
It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
Oh,
Just
okay.
happened?
We tamper with the stability of space-time. Multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
I mean, oh, I like this.
You trying to live two different lives. The
He
longer you
asked
do
for
it, the more
projected.
dangerous it becomes.
Happy? Was that a Green Goblin
Careful
grenade?
what you wish for, Parker.
Oh, I know her. There he is.
Hello, Peter.
Okay. So that's surprise. Huh. Oh, what was up the little PS3 thing at the end? PS3, whatever version it is. So, um, so yeah, I imagine that whole thing about Molina being Doc Ock maybe was supposed to be a bigger surprise at the end. But since that got leaked, did that get leaked or did they just announce that Molina and what's his face were going to be in the film? So it is a multiverse story. It looks to me like the door to the multiverse was opened accidentally by Peter talking during a dangerous spell. So part of this whole multiverse thing is going to, the multiverse spilling over into the MCU is going to be Doctor Strange's fault. Well, yeah, I mean, mostly Doctor Strange's fault. I mean, Peter could have not asked, but Peter's a kid. Of course he's going to ask. Doctor Strange could have said no. I haven't been particularly excited about the concept of the Spider-Man movie being a Spider-Verse movie. Like, I loved Into the Spider-Verse. It just felt... It didn't feel like it was the right time to do a story just like Into the Spider-Verse was. Into the Spider-Verse was its own thing. The MCU Spider-Man is its own thing, and they were evolving to something. But this trailer makes me think that the whole concept is going to work. Mostly, I expected that. Mostly, whenever I have doubts about a certain idea, if it's from a studio that I generally trust, my viewpoint is going to be that my outlook is that they'll probably convince me with the first trailer or the first whatever, and that did it. This is an example of what I talk about when I say that the trailers for MCU films tend to be better than the trailers for most other superhero DC. The reason that I think that is because these stories, whether that is the narrative, whether that story as it's been laid out is what happens in the movie, or they've completely misled you and it's a completely different story that happens, it's still a story in of itself. It's a little tiny snippet of a movie. It's a movie condensed. Those clips could be all out of sequence. It could be telling a completely different story, as is often the case with Marvel films. They tell you a different story than what actually happens. Several of those scenes are not going to be in the movie. Just accept that now. That's how Marvel works. A bunch of them scenes ain't even going to be in there. So, but the fact that they tell a story with their trailers is one of the things that gets me excited for MCU films more than other movies. Some of the trailers for these other properties tend to not tell a story. They just show stuff. And maybe that stuff is cool looking, maybe it isn't. But there's no narrative structure. It's just a collection of clips that they happen to have available. And this is an example of telling a story with your trailer. I liked it. The way that this trailer is constructed is that they're making us think that Peter, that the public turns on or becomes interested, especially interested in Spider-Man right after that news report at the end of Far From Home. And that things seem to escalate from there. And he goes to Doctor Strange to undo till one more day that whole situation. But in this case, when Peter's and he gets cautioned by Wong, bad idea. You do that spell, things can go wrong. Strange doesn't listen. Peter doesn't listen when Strange is telling him he's destabilizing the spell. And they open a doorway to the multiverse and they have to fix it. A multiverse that exists now thanks to, well, spoilers for a recent Marvel TV show. If you're not caught up, you may want to skip past this part. But specifically the series Loki, But presumably this is a multiverse that exists now. Well, not presumably. A multiverse does exist now because of Sylvie. And it looks like elements of the multiverse are going to be things that we're familiar with. The Raimi Spider-Man, obviously. Maybe we'll even see elements of the Web Spider-Man, obviously with Jamie Foxx being recast as Electro. We're told that it's not going to be the same Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but that's okay. If there's one multiverse where Jamie Foxx is Electro, there's going to be a lot of other universes where Jamie Foxx is Electro. So those callbacks are all I need. I don't need Andrew and Toby in there. I personally don't want them in there. I know that everybody seems to want that. Here's the thing. I'm really very surprised that so many young fans are interested in seeing Toby of all people, but both Toby and Andrew in these films. I would have thought that the younger generation would have been more interested in the current Spider-Man, because I am. I like the new Spider-Man more than any of the previous adaptations. So it's interesting to me that a lot of these young people, much younger than me, have latched onto those old Spider-Man movies so much. I mean, I was an adult when I saw those, all of them, all the way back to, I think I might have even been dating or already married when I saw the first one. So, you would think it would be someone like me who was more attached to those old Spider-Man films, but the reverse has been true, I guess, because so many kids grew up with the old Spider-Man films. It's an interesting dynamic and not one that I was expecting. Personally, I want this to be Holland's time to shine. I don't think that the way that this rumor has built up, the way that it's kind of grown beyond the normal typical rumor, I don't think any amount of Peter or Andrew in this film will satisfy people's expectations. I have this very strong feeling that it's going to be that it's been built up too much in their head, and that this great, wonderful 3-part crossover movie is going to happen. And that just doesn't seem like the MCU way of doing things to me. Sounds like a Sony thing. I wouldn't put Sony past it, but Sony's not the one in creative control of these films, at least not under the original contract. I don't know what changed under the renewed agreement, but in the beginning, this was all under the control of Marvel, and Sony just reaped the rewards. So I don't know. So I don't believe that Toby and Andrew are going to be any significant portion of this movie, if at all. The rumor has persisted so strongly that it actually has me being doubtful of them not being in it. I was pretty positive they weren't, and have been relatively positive that they aren't. The fact that it's constantly talked about has even put doubt in my mind, and that's not really how that works. It's really unlikely that they're going to be in it. So y'all really do need to manage your expectations and just enjoy. We all need to enjoy these films for what they are, the story. If it's telling a good story, it doesn't need any of these other additional things you're looking forward to. All it needs to do is be engaging to most people. And I believe that it can be engaging to most people if you just open your mind to it and enjoy it. Don't turn your brain off. Leave it on, maybe even switch it on, as the case may be, and actually pay attention to the story that's being told, and have an open mind about it, because I think when you enter a film with an open mind, you end up enjoying it a lot more than than you might otherwise. So I've talked a lot about this film. This video is probably going to be way too long for anybody to want to watch all the way through. But you know, there you go. Spider-Man: No Way Home, trailer 1. I will try to do a reaction for trailer 2. Hopefully this all recorded well on my new setup. We're testing it. I'm testing it out here because I don't want to fail doing one of the longer television show reactions like Ben 10 or Clone Wars. I'm gonna get Clone Wars, Bad Batch. I'm gonna get back on those soon. Please bear with me. You can help me get these things out a little bit more quicker if you join my Patreon, because I got one of those. So yeah, just give me all of your money, and I'll make more videos. Give me some of your money, and I'll make. Just give me anything. This is Digital Jedi once again telling you peace out, and remember to watch everything.